Hey, where were you?
Where were you?
Where were you?
Where were you?
Where were you when the sports ball thing happened that was awesome or really bad? These guys want to talk about it, Joel and Chad. Did a game change your life? Were you there in the crowd? Did you weep like a baby because you were so proud? Do you have a tattoo or a ritual or two that you actually believe's the reason why they win or lose? Yeah, where were you? Where were you?
Where were you?
Where were you for history in the making? Did it make you happy or crazy mad? These guys want to talk about it, not a single doubt about it. Listen to them talk about it, Joel and Chad.
Hello, world, and welcome to another exciting edition of Where Were You? It is an exciting edition. I'll tell you why in a minute. Because alongside my venerable co-host, Chad Konecki, my name is Joel Beck, and Chad, I don't know if I've been more excited about an episode that we've done so far more than this one. And I'm not blowing smoke, and I think you know why.
No, we're blowing gas, though, like some of them pitches in Cincinnati.
Oh my gosh, are we ever? Not only is this our official opening day episode, baseball opening day, which started last week. It's also the first of what I hope, because it was so much fun. I hope it will be the first of our road trip edition. We went on an honest to God road trip, you and I, last weekend.
Yes.
48 hours ago, we were sitting in the bleachers in Great America Park in Cincinnati. It was amazing.
Yeah. We
Oh.
might as well have been Nick Nolte and Eddie Murphy for crying out.
Exactly. And my family, you know, my which was, I think, what was there's going to be the 49 hours, the third sequel to 48, another 48 hours where they bring their family on. Yeah, but my wife Melissa came
Yes.
along, and of course my kids Abby and Lucy. We had a blast.
Oh my
doing this.
God.
Would you agree?
I mean, so many laughs. So many
Oh.
laughs.
It was like the stars aligned. It was perfect. We had such a good time.
Yes.
So this is it. That's the premise. We hit the road. We went to Cincinnati. We're Boston Red Sox fans, you and I. They happened to open the season in Cincinnati. So we came up with this plan months ago. We said, well, we got to do it.
They're
gotta get on the road.
They're playing. We should go.
So this is who we are. It's in our blood.
Yeah.
Baseball is back. I swear there's no energy like opening day. That's how I feel anyways. It's when
Yeah, me
life begins again. Things are resurrecting from the grave at this time of year. If you believe in that sort of thing. And we did it all together on the road. So we
Sure.
want to set up some stories from the trip experience and the moments that made it memorable.
Yeah.
First of all, all right,
Let's
before
do
we
it.
get into the trip, talk to me about, do you, Chad Konecki, have any special opening day memories from your life, either ones you attended or just rushed home from the
Yes.
school bus afterwards and to go see Ron Guidry pitch, whatever. Do you have any special opening day memories?
That's an apt name drop, Louisiana Lightning, because as you know, uh, my lifelong scar, sort of like the Harry Potter lightning bolt, is that I grew up a Yankees fan. And
We still love you.
and thanks, man. And so, yes, I absolutely remember rushing home, daytime baseball, and of course, as you were intimating, all those coincident themes of renewal and spring and coming out of the darkness of winter, and baseball having that pastoral feel to it, and it's just starting, and you have all these games and all these ebbs and flows and all these broadcasts to enjoy. And so, yes, I don't remember any distinct Yankees opening day. I could tell you a million distinct Yankees games as a child, but that's one theme. The other theme is, having moved to Boston, then become a Boston Red Sox fan, I have been to opening day. Principally, my takeaway from that, it was not baseball weather.
It's never great. Yeah.
No, stamping my feet before I knew about toe warmers, and with there was a stiff breeze and multiple layers didn't help. But I particularly felt that excitement you're talking about when I lived in the Boston area, Metro Boston, not where out in the burbs where I do now. And so everybody's got it. Everybody's got the fever at that time. What about
Sure.
you?
Yeah, so I have 2 specific, opening days that stand out in my mind. Um, the first was I think it was 1998, and I think I was an intern at the time at, WZLX, radio in Boston. They opened both of my memories, both games that I'm gonna, recall involved the Seattle Mariners, the Red Sox
Oh,
playing the Seattle Mariners. So this was 1998, and, the Red Sox were up against Randy Johnson in this game, and he
mm,
carved them up
mm,
for 8 innings. I mean, he I think he struck out 15, and this is like vintage Randy Johnson in his prime. And the Red
yeah.
Sox I should I should mention I went to the game by myself 'cause, the girl I was dating at the time, we kinda had a little tiff before the game. She said she didn't wanna go anymore, so I went by myself in a bad mood right off the bat, and sitting there alone watching Randy
Wow.
Johnson just destroy the Red Sox. I think the score was 7-2 going into the bottom of the ninth inning. Mariners were ahead 7-2, and I said, "You know what? I'm outta here.
Oh
I'm
my
in a bad
god.
mood. I'm gonna go home." That was the day that the Red Sox scored 7 runs in the bottom of the ninth inning, capped by a walk-off grand slam by Mo Vaughn, none of which I knew about
I
'cause
remember this game.
I was sulking at my apartment or back at college or wherever I went, and I remember clicking on the computer.
Yeah.
Back then, the internet was still kinda new, but I went on Yahoo Sports and saw what had happened, and I was like, "Oh,
Nice.
that is that."
It's a
So
great memory at yeah, a great memory, and I remember watching that game on television, and I remember now that you just told that story, I remember that the announcers are like, "Do you really take Johnson out the way he's
yeah,
rolling?"
and back then, the starting pitchers were still throwing 150 pitches a game, so it was kinda
Ye
shocking that he came out. But he did. The other one and I can't believe this one didn't even come up on our, weekend this past weekend because last weekend, it occurred to me today, that was not my first opening day road trip that I've ever gone on. I actually did another solo one a couple of years ago. This was
What?
7 years ago. This was 2019, and I had a plane voucher that was going to expire, for a plane ticket, and I had some time to kill. I was a single guy, and I was like, "Well," I
Oh,
said to myself, "Self, where are the Red Sox opening up this year? I'm gonna go to opening day." I looked, it happened to be Seattle, and I was like, "Done. I'm
oh,
gonna go to Seattle, and I'm gonna go for opening weekend." I didn't at the time, I didn't know anybody in Seattle, but I knew that my friend Melissa Litton, at the time, used to live in Seattle, and she lived in San Francisco. She's now my
huh.
wife because
I
we
mean,
ended up I ended up calling her and saying, "Hey, do you want" she wasn't even, we weren't dating or anything. That she was my friend from college, and we reconnected and we ended up meeting up in Seattle, going to a game together, and 3 months later, we were engaged. So
dude,
if it weren't for the baseball gods bringing me to Seattle, who's to say I might not be married, to this
for
lovely
I
woman
mean,
today.
that is unbelievable. I didn't
Yeah.
know that specific part of the origin story. I mean, it was an airline voucher that led to
Yes.
the love of your life.
An airline voucher. Yes, and then the Red Sox happening to open in Seattle. If they had opened in Baltimore, who knows? I'd like to think, Missy and I would have reconnected at some point, but who
Yeah,
knows? Who's to say? So the fact that it happened in
that is a
Seattle, well,
great
that's it.
memory, and now
Let's talk about the road trip. So first, yeah, so we drove from Cleveland to Cincinnati, but you're even more of a madman. You flew from Boston here to my house in Cleveland.
yes,
I mean, this was a dual-legged trip for you.
it
I
was
mean, I bow down to you
oh,
for
no. I was
for
committed to the hang.
yeah. No, it was fantastic, and we had a great time. Like I said, we hit the road, early-ish on, on Saturday morning.
Yes.
My two daughters joined us. They're crazy too. My youngest daughter, Lucy, also had just flown in less than 6 hours before we
Incredible.
got on the road. This is how committed she is to her baseball fandom. She was in Florida on spring break, cut the trip short, came up here.
Cut the trip
Uh,
short.
yeah, Abby, my oldest, picked her and her mom up at the airport at 2 a.m. the night before, and they were both ready to go at 9:30 the next morning. These
Yes.
people are troopers, I'm
And
gonna
and
tell
it
you.
and that was my real first insight in a long while into the paternal Joe Beck, who bought quiche and goodies from the bakery,
They
and
did.
I felt very taken care of.
This isn't my first road trip, they're not all baseball road trips, but I've done that long drive on 90 between Cleveland and Boston more times than I care to
Yeah.
count.
On your way to Burning Man, surely.
Right, of course, naturally. It's my style. But it was great. It's about a 4-hour drive. We were all geared up for it. We had just one early hiccup about an hour into the trip.
Right?
Um, and it was funny because I think about 30 seconds earlier, we had made a joke about somebody locking we had stopped for gas, and for snacks, some more snacks,
And we
and
were in a
somebody made
caravan. 2
we were
cars,
yeah,
2
we had
cars.
correct, 2 cars because, so my daughter, Abby, and I, were in one car, and then you and Missy and Lucy were in the other, but we stopped, and we had just made a joke about somebody locking the keys in the car, ha, ha, ha. Not 30 seconds later did it actually happen, and we're like, "Well, now this is officially a Chevy Chase road trip." This is And it was a dual effort between myself and Abby, probably more my fault because 'cause I'm the one who actually locked the door. Um, she her car has one of those, it's the keyless start or the
Yeah,
keyless remote, keyless
which I
starter.
hate.
And
Hate them.
right, and she had left her purse in the car, and I remember locking the door thinking, well, I thought that it had a protection that
Yes,
if the keys were in the car, it wouldn't lock. So I remember locking it
yes.
and it locked, and I thought, "Oh, well, okay, look, she must have the keys with her." I was wrong. Her car doesn't have that protection. So you called AAA, and they were there in seconds. Like, less than 30 seconds, I feel like. I've never seen anything like that.
No.
I was
I
already
think
geared up.
honestly, I think the guy was
Go ahead.
grabbing a coffee at the at the 7-Eleven.
Yeah. I was already ready to transfer the tickets over to Missy, and I'm like, "We're gonna be a couple hours late. Forget it. Just go without us." No, the AAA guy was like, "You hung up the phone." He comes out with his little Slim Jim. He's like, "Let's go." And we were
No.
back on the road.
And I actually got a laugh out of him. I said, "I know it's the weekend, but you do this on the weekend, for outside of work?"
Yeah, seriously. It was so fast. I was ready. I had taken my first steps to go next door to Burger King to go get my chicken fries, and I was like, "Well, now I don't get my chicken fries.
"Oh, car's open."
Car's open." I still got the chicken fries. Um, we get back on the road. We arrive in Cincinnati, where it was the first inkling that we realized that everything in Cincinnati moves slower. Would you agree? Is that what you is that your
To a degree that made me associate that with the city itself.
Right, right. So, we had forgotten, I don't know how, because it was all
Yeah,
over the news and it was everywhere, that was the day of the nationwide No Kings rallies.
yes.
Cincinnati is also a city. And so, they had one. It happened to be right by our hotel. All the roads were blocked
Yes.
off, so we're like, "Well, I guess we're not going." I considered, I considered doing like a Dukes of Hazzard and just going through the barriers, but I didn't wanna make it on a story in People magazine that's,
Yes.
you know,
Plus
baseball fan, but,
plus
uh
weapons get fired now for some reason.
yes. Long story short, we made it in. We made it in. That's fine.
Yeah,
That's
no, it was we made it in with time to spare.
time to spare. I know, I know. Well, we left early, so it was all good. We had a great time. We got in, we regrouped, we reset, and we're ready for baseball. And there's nothing like that first time you walk into the stadium and see the field. Doesn't matter what stadium you're at, what ballpark you're at. We got to do it, and we got to experience that together. You, me, and my family, and I'm
Wasn't that
happy.
the first time any of us had been to Progression Field? Or you had been there once
Uh,
before?
Great American.
Great
Great
American,
American.
sorry.
Correct. Yeah, no, I had been there once before. Um, it's a great one. I enjoyed it. They're all beautiful.
But
They're like
that's a nice ballpark,
I
and
think we're at a place in the world now where they don't build ballparks and stadiums with bad seats anymore. Like
yeah,
build these stadiums like they do at Fenway and Wrigley Field, where you are literally behind a post and you have to
yeah.
watch this. It
Ah, yeah,
there's no
one of
bad
the most frustrating experiences of my life at Fenway was being able to see half of Rocco Baldelli's ass.
What about the other half? He's a Rhode Island guy. You can go down and see it anytime.
That's true, you're not there anytime. Plus, it's a
All
small
right.
state.
It's true. Let's get into the game or the
Okay.
games. Yeah, like you said, we had good seats. We're sitting on left field. I got those seats specifically because Roman Anthony plays left field, and my youngest daughter Lucy has made it known that she plans to be betrothed to Roman
Yes,
Anthony, possibly in
I
the
believe
next 2 or
she's
3 years.
yeah, I believe she said 2028, I think?
Well, yeah, that's coming up. I mean, they're not that far apart in age. She's almost 18. She'll be 18 like in 2 weeks, and he's what, 21? I mean, a
Yeah.
couple years, it's not gonna be weird. Maybe
No,
just
and
get that high school diploma.
she said, "It's not weird now, Dad."
Sure.
Oh
So
god.
so we were out there in left field, and we're having a blast, and, the game was great. We saw some home runs. Uh, uh, Wilyer Abreu hit a game-tying home run,
Yep,
there in the ninth. Trevor Story hit a home run. You guys were away. I was the only one of the 5 of us who was there. Trevor Story hit a home run that landed, like, 5 rows in front of me,
right.
like,
Yeah,
right in the
I
seats
only
where we were sitting before we got kicked out.
that was a bomb. That was a bomb, and I saw it on the concourse monitor, but yeah, I was kinda a bit jealous.
You probably
Also
saw me, like, shading myself because I have a natural I have a natural fear since childhood of the ball coming toward me, which
for
is
the
why I was
love of God!
playing it. I'm like jelly-legged. I don't
Well
know what to do. I don't know what to do. It's coming.
it's coming. Also, just a quick interjection. When I started checking the weather 4 days before I came out there, it was like 35 degrees at
Yes.
game time.
Well, you dressed
I
in layers.
Yeah, I had 5 layers.
Yeah.
I was bored I was debating taking my down to the T-shirt, while we were sitting there. It was hot. It was great.
Yes, correct. It was hot, and you came with a woolly Red Sox, like, winter cap,
Yes.
and then when it got hot, and it did, and we were actually, concerned that we were gonna get sunburned, you came to the ballpark without a baseball cap,
I
and you
figured I
needed a
not
baseball
gonna
cap.
need it. Yeah,
So you bought a baseball cap at the game,
I did.
and tell me what you so we are in Cincinnati, and you're a Red Sox fan.
Yes.
They don't generally sell Red
No.
Sox hats. So you bought a hat. Do you have it? Do you have the hat?
Yes, I
Wait, no,
do.
tell me first what you requested of the vendor when you
Yeah.
asked for it.
The guy was this very, uh, upbeat sales guy at the front of the store, very smiley. We were sweating because it was hot,
It's hot.
and yeah, and he said, "What do you need, my man?" And I said, "Do you guys have any merch that isn't Cincinnati Reds merch?" And he was like, "Merch."
He
You know
he works at the gift shop, right? He works
Yeah.
at the
I was like, "No,
merch?
like a ball cap or something." He's like, "Ah, without any red stuff on it?" "We have a World Series commemorative ball cap." And I'm like, "Terrific.
Great.
That's exactly what I want."
Yeah, just a generic World Series hat.
Yes, we trek
Right.
over there, and it's this very colorful hat, has like I'm just gonna show you some flashes because that's all I was looking at. Like, look, oh, World Series logos, commemorative stuff, World Series stuff. Let me see. There's some more. There's like a baseball. It looks a little like he's wearing an old Red Stockings hat, but what I didn't notice,
Yeah.
Joel, was this on the
It's
front.
well, well, they all say red. I mean, they're all Cincinnati Reds logos.
They literally, if you look closely, they all say Reds. But the
So
point is,
I guess if technically, you asked if you have a hat that doesn't have a Cincinnati Red logo on it. That is correct. He gave you a hat with many Cincinnati Red
yes,
logos
and
on it, so
there were 2 things driving my thinking at that point. 1, Trevor Story just homered, and I wanna get the hell back to my seat.
yeah,
2, I need a cap because I will get sunburned because I have no
right,
hair, and
yeah,
so
and just the sun out of your eyes too. You need the
yes,
visor,
it was in my eyes, I was shielding my eyes, and so, anyway, I really didn't look closely at the hat. I saw a World Series logo, and I bought it for
and
70
there it is.
$70 American dollars.
So you wore that hat for the majority of the first, like, 6 or 7 innings, right?
And what did
I
you
would say.
say to yourself? What did you say to yourself?
Well, I thought it was a questionable choice. I was like, "Okay, I get," but I also get it. I also get it, when in Rome, you go to somebody else's ballpark, you buy some it's a keepsake,
Plus,
and you
also
needed and
comfort.
you needed a hat, so
Yeah, at my age, comfort over everything else.
okay. Now and you also, you were wearing a Red Sox, uh, zip up,
Yeah,
at
no,
one point, and
hoodie,
you
a hoodie.
a hoodie, but you a zip up hoodie, and you had taken that off. So
Yes,
for the majority of the beginning of the game, you were sitting with us, but you're wearing that hat and no other Red Sox, uh, memorabilia or
yes,
merch,
and in
uh,
fact and in
not to
fact
throw you a curveball, but
until it went to extra innings,
right,
I was a Reds fan from the 2nd inning where nobody was paying attention to the top of the 10th.
okay, and at that point, the sun started to go down, and it started to get chilly again.
Yes, and
You
I
went
went to the
and you decided to
bathroom.
relayer up, yeah.
Yeah, I went to the bathroom and on my way, I tugged on my hoodie and I took off my wool socks hat and I put back on sorry, I took off this baseball cap and I put back on my wool socks hat.
Right, so now you have a Red Sox hat on and the Red Sox hoodie, and you come back to
Go
our
back.
seats. At this point, the Cincinnati fans who are near us, who are nice and liquored up at this point,
Yes,
spot you, and we had been kind of friendly, jawing back and forth with them. Now they see you. This whole time, they thought you were a Cincinnati fan because you're
yes,
wearing a Cincinnati hat.
yes,
Now you come back to your seats in full Red Sox gear.
yes.
Describe the scene.
It was an explosion, from that, it's probably like 8 or 9 guys, uh
Yes, it felt like it. It sounded like it. It
who
was
were just outraged. They were like, "What the hell?" And they were like, they were just so perplexed and confused and, perturbed.
yeah. I couldn't tell, and this is where this is where I look over at Missy, who's a couple of seats down from me, and I see her just kind of inching her way away from the situation because it was hard to tell if they were kidding, if they were being funny, or if they were legitimately pissed
Yes.
and wanted to wanted to beat the crap out of you.
Take it to the
Now
next level.
what saved you 2 things saved you. First of
Okay.
all, your laugh. You immediately start doing the Chad, like a that silent belly laugh. So I think that kind of loosened them up a little bit. I think that
Yep.
disarmed them, that you were being fun and playful. The other thing that saved you was there was a group of Red Sox fans in front of us
Yes.
who were way more obnoxious
Yes.
than we were. Certainly, we're not obnoxious.
No.
Um, I think a lot of this really started um, to amplify when the Red Sox fans in our section started chanting, "Let's go Red Sox," and that was just like, shaking the beehive with all the.
Oh, yeah.
I never partake in those, and I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
Whenever I go to another ballpark, and to see the Red Sox in another city, I feel like I'm in somebody else's house.
Yeah,
You're in
I
somebody
agree.
else's home, you
I
know?
agree.
It's not like you don't go if somebody invites you and your family to their house for dinner, you don't sit there at the dinner table saying, "Our family's better. Your family sucks." It's not
Our leg
polite.
of lamb, our leg of lamb is so much better than this.
Right, right. So, I just kind of, like, shrink down whenever that happens, and I kinda look around apologetically at all the Cincinnati or
Which
whoever,
isn't
I'm like,
which isn't
"Sorry."
easy for you to do. You're
Yeah,
6'8".
I know, I know. I'm like Big Bird, like, "Sorry." It escalated from there. I don't know if we have to get into the full details of some of the things that transpired, and maybe we'll save that for some bonus content for another day.
Yeah, I would just
It
say
is a
I
family
would say 2
show.
I would say 2 things. I'm not saying those guys were recovering meth heads.
Who who said anything about recovering?
But certainly they their their dental health was
Yes.
severely compromised by something other than not flossing. And then
Alright,
the second
I
thing
will
I would
say yeah.
say is they
Go
were
ahead, yeah,
such good sports in the end and
right.
and disarmed probably mostly by my diminutive stature and my mirth, but they called me up. I had to climb over 2 sections of seats because they wanted a selfie.
Yeah, yeah, oh, I have a picture, and
Okay,
I'll post it on Facebook and the Instagram and the socials later,
okay,
but we
okay.
we definitely got a great picture of you, with all of them, and it was fantastic.
Yeah,
It was so much fun,
that
but
was
you're
epic,
right.
epic.
I will say this, the Red Sox fans did win the battle of teeth. And I can say that now because 'cause they're far away.
Oh, they're far away, yes. Ooh, boy.
Um, reflections and takeaway. We haven't even talked about the game. The
No,
Red Sox lost both games.
but it went to
Um,
extra innings, and there's some compelling moments. There were some big moments, there were some mistakes, um, but it was a great game, and it was only the one of 2 games we were gonna go
yeah,
to. I already had my money's worth. I was like,
100%. Yeah,
if I got beat up by those guys, it still would have been a win."
yeah. Oh, 100%. Yeah, no, it was the most fun I've had, watching the Red Sox lose, probably ever. Oh, and
Yeah.
by the way, you weren't the only one who, came away
Oh,
with a souvenir. I
oh,
bought this I bought this after the first game, going into the second game for 2 reasons. One, I thought we might need it for self-defense in case we ran into those guys ever again, but it's a fan fist, and I thought I could ward people off with it, it'd be easy on the teeth. But I got it for another reason. Chad, you, as people who are regulars of this, podcast probably know that you how many you have 2 beverages alone right now.
no,
I've
I think
seen
I have 3. I have the
like
remnants of a cocktail, some red wine, and a seltzer.
oh, fantastic. Well, look, I've got a sparkling water here, and I'm gonna send this your way.
Oh, that is terrific. Look how it works.
For those who are I just realized for those who are just, listening and not maybe watching, what I'm holding is a styrofoam fist that I bought at the gift shop, which is designed to hold, a can or a beverage of some kind, so it fits right on your hand.
Yes.
It has Mr. Cincinnati Red on there,
Yeah, and it's
and,
the
I'm
size of
gonna
like a Hulk fist if you were wearing a
yeah,
Hulk costume.
and
And
and it's surprisingly natural, like, it doesn't feel awkward to drink out of, it's like
no, it's got a little post in there where you naturally close your fist. I used it the entire second game. I was
yeah.
drinking beer.
It still has your sweat in there, I think.
Oh, gross.
My gosh. Um, honest takeaway as, of Cincinnati as a destination, you got any thoughts?
You have 2 observations. Well, 3. 1, I thought the ballpark was, a really good take, and I would go there again, uh, if I could sort of parachute in and parachute out of Cincinnati immediately. But but now
Yeah.
how old is that ballpark?
I mean, I
Ye
think, 20-ish
Yeah,
years. I feel
I
like the
can't
'90s, late
that's
'90s, maybe?
incredible that it's that old. It looks brand new.
Yeah. Oh, it does. You're right.
The design
No,
is
it was
great.
great.
The
Yeah.
layout is great. You're close. The scoreboards are impressive, although there's a story about that too. And
Oh, yeah.
and
For a
but
good 3 innings of the second game, the scoreboard just wasn't keeping score,
nope.
which is, for as far as I know, the main objective and of having a scoreboard, but
Oh, you told me you just hope both teams have fun.
that's right. Yeah, Cincinnati was fine. As somebody who lives, in a Ohio city, that often gets made fun of, people make fun of Cleveland all the time. I get very sensitive, when people say disparaging things about my city.
Yeah.
I definitely we didn't spend enough time there. I'm sure there's
No.
lots of lovely things. I will say this, the Cincinnati Reds Hall of Fame
Oh
and
my god.
Museum is a legitimate gem.
Oh my god.
If I would tell anybody, if you are within an hour
Yes.
of Cincinnati, go out of your way, run, don't walk to the Cincinnati Reds Hall of Fame and Museum. It is spectacular. I was blown away. I went when the first time I went about 8 years ago, I went, and I wanted to make sure that we stopped there on this trip. Yeah, I've never seen anything. I don't know any other team. I've been to a lot of ballparks.
Mm,
I don't know any other team that has any kind of facility like that. It's
no.
incredible.
No. I completely second enthusiastically everything you said. Architecturally, it's gorgeous. There's tremendous light. The flow is great. There's a
Mhm.
certain sense of reverence for the game and those Reds teams. And the people who work there are incredibly nice. For
Yep.
me, the wall of baseballs, 4,254 or whatever it is that for
Right.
each of Pete Rose's hits that extends up the wall for like 6 flights of stairs
Yep.
was just it's mind-blowing.
Mind blowing. There's so many interactive exhibits.
Yes.
Uh, the only thing that I've seen that's similar to it, the Patriots actually, if you've been down to the one in Foxborough,
Yep.
is really nice. It's my guess would be that they must have consulted with the people who built the one in Cincinnati because I know
Yeah.
that one's been there first. Uh, yeah, even if you're not a baseball fan, go check it out. And certainly
I
if you're not a Cincinnati Reds fan, if you're just a fan of history and a baseball history,
Yeah.
uh,
It's a
and it is
terrific
because it's the oldest baseball franchise in baseball. I don't even know if a lot of people realize that the Cincinnati Red what 1860
59
something that
59,
yeah,
I think. And,
yeah,
I did not realize that until we walked through the door, and it's $13, people.
yeah, to get into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
It's amazing. Yeah, totally.
that
So
was great.
so the show is called Where Were You? That's us. My name is Joel Beck. This is Chad Conakey. You can send us your Where Were You stories. Maybe you have an opening day memory, or a road trip that you went
Yes.
on. Please tell us about it. We'll read it. We'll talk about it. We'll even have you on. Come on. You can email us at info@wherewereyoupodcast.com. That's info@wherewereyoupodcast.com. Again, the best way to support us is to hit the subscribe button on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, iHeart, wherever you get your podcasts. The more followers we have, the more subscribers we have, the more we grow, and we can keep doing this and bring you more stuff. I mean, we'll do it anyways, but we want it to be cool. We want everyone to enjoy it. So,
Yeah,
uh,
and wait, but
yeah.
what's the next show? What's the next show,
Oh
though?
yeah, yeah. We've got. Oh yeah. So you said you can't be here for the next one. You're going to be out of town. But I've
Yeah,
got something lined up.
yeah.
My one of my oldest
Oh,
friends, my oldest friend, Darren Mark, is probably
I
my
do.
oldest childhood friend. It's funny because anybody who knows Darren isn't they knows that he's not really a sportsy guy. It's not really his thing, but he's
Right.
a great storyteller, and he actually has some amazing, hilarious
Yes.
stories from when he used to go to the Boston Garden, to watch the Celtics as a kid, including multiple run-ins with players, including Larry Bird. He's got an amazingly hilarious Larry Bird
Oh
story,
my
and I can't wait
god.
to share it. I
I
can't wait to
can't
share it
wait
with
for
everyone.
this.
But, yeah,
By
so
the way,
that's
if there's
coming up next.
anyone else who could have survived If there anyone else who could have survived the meth heads, Darren probably could have survived them.
I don't know. I don't know. He probably just would have made them some strong cocktails, uh, and they probably would have been happy, you know?
Oh, that's
Thanks
true.
to Molly Beck Ferguson. We played the theme song again, the return of the theme song, from Molly Beck Ferguson for writing and recording the theme song. And we gotta do another road trip, Chatty. We gotta do another one. This one was too much fun,
No, and
you know?
we had mentioned the possibility of Pittsburgh.
Yep.
And I think also Chicago's kind of a no-brainer. I know you, this is I'm
But
giving
yeah,
stuff away, but you didn't love Wrigley, but maybe we go to the White Sox.
either one. That's the great thing about Cleveland is that you're kind of I mean, Toronto's only 4 or 5 hours away,
Crazy.
Cincinnati, we're kind of centrally located, Pittsburgh, Detroit, uh, they're all a relative, short distance away, so we'll have to do this again, but
Yes.
this was so much fun.
It was awesome.
Thank you to you. Thank you to my wife, Melissa, for
Yes.
joining us. She was sick too, and she was such
I
a
know.
trooper.
Such a trooper.
Um
And your kids now, Lucy would have just assumed seen all 3 games, but Abby was probably like, "Yeah, I'll go."
No, no, Abby loves to go.
Okay.
I mean, she does. She doesn't she's like a normal sports
Yeah,
fan. She's
yeah.
not, like, "Oh, sure, we go to the game. That's a thing we do. We enjoy it in the moment, and then we go home, and I don't think about it
Yeah,
or obsess over it." I'm not like
right.
that, and unfortunately, my other daughter,
Nope.
Lucy, she's been bitten she's gotten the virus, so, but
No.
Abby was so
You
looking
know,
forward to
you
it. I just talked to her this morning, and, she was telling me what fun she had, so I'm glad that they all came. It was a
oh,
lot
that's
of fun.
good. No,
We are Where Were You? I'm Joel, he's Chad.
alright,
This has been fun. Chad, safe travels, and, we'll see you on the next time.
thank you.
Alright,
Yeah,
take
we'll
care,
talk.
everybody.
I'll text you from the place that I'm going.
There you go. Enjoy. Bye.
Okay.